Hi everyone, David here from Mortgage Choice. Well, the RBA have decided to keep cash rate on hold for the sixth time in a row, sitting at 4.35%. Great news for mortgage holders knowing that rates won't increase, and also good news for first home buyers knowing that their borrowing capacity won't be impacted again, at least until the next announcement. So fantastic news all round. Again, because it is a hold, it's going to be a rather short video, so let's jump straight into it. Minimize this a little bit over here. As you can see, 4.35% is the current cash rate, and that was left on hold. Everything is still a little bit up in the air in terms of the RBA's decision to increase or decrease. There is talk that America will reduce interest rates shortly, which means that we might follow suit. There has been talk for quite a few months about the need to increase the cash rate in order to mitigate rising inflation. So we'll have to wait and see. But as we can see for now, we're on hold, and we'll have to play it by ear. I'm telling all of my clients, these things change. These statements change every single day. So whilst we can predict that there will be a rise or a decrease in the cash rate, we really have to wait until the day to know what's going to happen. So for now, some good news. We're on hold. For first home buyers, just a bit of a refresher, we're now in the new financial year, which means the new government guarantee scheme is available. And for those who weren't aware, you do need your 2024 tax return completed, and therefore your 2024 notice of assessment from the ATO to apply for the first home guarantee scheme. So if you haven't completed your tax returns, make sure you speak to your broker and make sure you get onto that quite quickly so that it's ready to secure your seat under that scheme. The second point that I wanted to mention here, third on the list, but the second point I wanted to mention is that you are you're much better off to organize a conveyancer before you start looking for properties. A lot of clients will find a conveyancer after they've found a property they're interested in, and it does take about a day or so to onboard new clients. So just make sure that you give the conveyancer the best chance to know who you are and what you're looking for, and to expect your call, so that when that time comes, they're ready to go and they know to jump onto things straight away for you. So it's just another duck to line up and make sure that everything is ready before you take too many steps forward. In terms of upgraders, I'm not seeing a lot of subject to sale, as I mentioned in my last video. I'm still seeing a lot of bridging finance, and we're using bridging finance as a bit of a worst case. The idea with bridging finance is that you can hold two properties or more debt than you can afford for a short period of time. And the bank gives that to you anyway, knowing that you are going to sell and clear that excess debt. It's quite expensive, anywhere between 6.5% to 9.5%, and there can be fees around $1,500 as well. So you want to make sure that bridging is it's a necessary evil, but at the same time, if you can avoid it, that's what you really want to lean towards. So the way that we approach bridging finance is we set it up as a worst case. You purchase first, for instance, with a really long settlement period. Hopefully you sell in that time and you can line up the dates, but if you can't, we've got that bridging there as a backup. If you do sell and everything lines up, we just amend the approval to be a regular loan rather than a bridging finance loan. So you want to consider the cost involved with bridging before jumping into it, because it can be quite costly. The other thing to keep in mind is that when you're buying and selling in the same market, are you better off with a shorter term settlement on your sale? Are you better off letting it go for $10,000 less, just so that you don't incur bridging costs for several months on end, which kind of negates that benefit of the sale price anyway? So there's a lot that goes into it. As with everything that I recommend, worth speaking with your broker. Give us a call. But at the end of the day, you want to really weigh up your options. Is it worth bridging just for the convenience of getting into the new property? Is it worth bridging so that you can let your sale sit there for an extra 6 months if you need to renovate, that sort of thing? There's a lot that goes into it, and you want to make sure that you've got everything lined up the way that it needs to be. It's just very costly. Investors, we are going to be holding a seminar in September down in our Frankston office, and we're also going to have another David Cornell from Cornell Irving Partners join us, and we're going to be speaking all about investing in property all across Australia. So what types of property to purchase, how the different types of property can impact your negative gearing benefits, what negative gearing is, how to use equity in your property as a deposit for investing. And we're also going to focus on why people should invest. Some people will invest purely to pay off their home loan sooner than contractually obligated, and others will invest in property to build that portfolio and end up in a retirement position where they don't have to work or rely on the pension because they've got investment properties paying them. So there's a lot of different reasons to invest, and we'll go through the benefits and also the downsides of property investing, making sure that it's right for you. So very excited about that. It's penciled in for the 10th of September at this point, and I will get another email sent out with all the details once that's confirmed. So look out for that in the next week or so. In terms of interest rates, no change since our last email, sitting at around 5.94 for owner-occupied debt and 6.14 for investor debt. This is on the lower end. Anywhere between 5.94 and 6.3 is okay for owner-occupied, and anywhere 6.14 to 6.5 is okay for investment. So it's quite a big range, but it's also dependent on how much equity you have and how much you're borrowing, what lender options suit your financial position. So there's a lot that go into it. These are exceptional rates, but absolutely available. So that's all that we've got for this month. As I said, I'll get another email sent out in the next week or so with details about the investor seminar that we're holding in September. And as always, if you've got any questions, if there's anything you'd like to discuss, please reach out. We'd love to have a chat. All right, speak soon.